Yeah, that being said, right, one thing that a lot of Forsburn players don't recognize is just how much of their neutral is not necessarily carried per se, but reliant on their smoke, right?
It's a little carried. You can say the word carried.
Yeah, but a lot of
It's fine.
Forsburn players don't realize just how reliant they are on smoke in forcing their opponents to whiff and forcing their opponents to, play more aggressive than they need to. And in the Ditto, this is one of those matchups where you realize, hey, I'm playing a lot more aggressive than I usually am, and you can't quite put your finger on to why, and it's because of the smoke usage. So it turns into a lot less smoke, actually, than you'd expect to see from a Force Ditto.
Yeah, I can see it, because like neither of them really want to take the time to set up because that means they're just losing frames, and the other person gets to benefit from it just as much.
Exactly. But you see right here, it's that one thing that we were just talking about, but
ooh,
oh
that
Lord,
was really
Clover.
smart from Clover, taking away the smoke just before Triforce landed in the up B.
Yeah, and I will actually say there's two ways how to use smoke as Forsburn there, where you could use the, oh my god, Super Clone just did not pull any weight whatsoever. Alright, but, there's two schools of thought here, right? Either you get rid of the smoke right before your opponent recovers, so that way you guarantee that they're going to be an end lag, or you set up smoke that your opponent ends up snapping into, so that way they don't have a hitbox on their recovery. So if you time it just right, it could actually be very, very strong.
That's interesting. I actually didn't know that Forsburn didn't have a hitbox when it was in smoke. I kind of just assumed it did.
Yeah. So, it's definitely a little bit of, personal preference here or there, but the options are still available.
Yes, that is very interesting. Ooh! The F throw into combust. Great confirm.
Yeah, but speaking of confirms, we're almost certainly going to be getting a Kate into something. Is Triforce okay? Okay.
Oh, that's a huge left.
Clover. Clover, chill. Look at the ping. Okay, well.
I mean, at least it's recovering now. Like, sometimes it just takes a little.
Yeah. Sometimes it just looks to be high, but it's really not as bad as it is. Oh, boy. Well, exactly. Either way.
It's probably back down at like 50 or something. I don't know what the base is for Triforce most of the time.
Yeah, in the end, Clover going to be able to, rock a very, very solid lead right here. 72% and counting, though, as Triforce fights right back.
Yeah. Hitting that nasty down strong. Coming very close to tying up the stop count. Ooh, and has the combust, too. Maybe for another setup? We'll see how he ends up using it. Oh, Clover. Clover.
Oh, needs to use that neutral B in order to regain that double jump, and just like that, Clover has Triforce offstage once again, looks for the combust.
Yeah, the combust just to clear all the smoke. Oh, huge chance.
Alright, misses out on that 50-50.
Oh. This is out on the 50-50 of which clone it is, too.
Yeah, but once again, just going to be able to get a little bit of piecemeal damage here and there. No double jump onto Clover right now. Beautiful down air.
Yeah, let's see. Triforce, like, trying to hit this tech chase, but just reacting a little bit too slow. At least not, like, throwing out the attack anyway. That
right, and now we combust on deck. This is a very, very dangerous position to be in as Triforce.
Yep, basically last hit, like, everything matters. Oh!
Up strong?
Big up strong. Triforce securing that game one.
Yeah, I mean, there was an unfortunate position in the middle of that second stock, but Triforce going to be able to crawl all the way back, ends up swapping up the color on the Forsburn as well, just to make sure that it's very clear who's who.
Yes. I mean, it was already pretty clear. The red versus green, but this would be for the colorblind people.
No, boy. Yeah, but, in the end, going to be going from Godai Delta over to Crystal Oasis, a very, very close blast zone stage. This is one of those stages where it really doesn't matter what your percent is at. It's essentially death percent.
Yep, it's the double-edged sword, which is especially the case given that it's a duel. Like both of them are gonna have access to the same opportunities to kill off the side. Oh, another ping spike from Triforce. This one seems to be remaining relatively the same.
All right. All right. So we're not above 200 at least.
Yeah. Just gotta wait for it to recover.
All right. There we go.
Seems to be okay. Yep. Now they're back to playing neutral. It's hard to tell the difference sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, you know, right now it's just a matter of who can actually get that first hit. Thankfully, Clover, nice enough person that Triforce isn't going to be getting scammed during the ping spike moments, but
we'll be getting combo though.
Yeah, that was so much momentum lost by Triforce, unfortunately. Ooh, and the cape just
calls out the clone.
Yeah, just gonna be able to scoop right out of there too.
Oh, perfect shot.
Yeah, extremely good call out there, but up tilt's coming on through. Triforce starting to even up that percent count, but both of these players still just going toe to toe, back and forth, hit after hit.
Clover does have that like on deck. So even though, oh my god, that was an obscene combo from Clover, but still has that combust. So can turn it around in a second. Just needs one down.
Oh, there we go.
There it is from Clover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw that in game number 1, right? You know, the forward throw into the combust, going to be able to turn to that full-on kill there. And this was Clover's counter pick, right? I mean, it was looking rough at the very beginning, but after the momentum shift, Clover in a very, very good position.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if Triforce doesn't get another stack of combust. And for this, like, kill confirm, like, we're sitting absolutely pretty in terms of position. Almost a full stock lead. Yeah, just got, but pretty much lapped now.
Yeah, we see both of these players starting to look for the opportunity of getting the parries, but right now, one floor hug to start things off, and Triforce back in the even stock count. Yeah,
Triforce is really, really good at using that down strong to call out where Clover is, or is going to be with the tech chase.
All right, Super Clone coming in clutch. They're not going to be able to do so much, but at the very least, back on stage. But there's the combust.
Yep. I knew as soon as he hit the down tilt, I was like, it's just over.
You have been deceived.
So yeah, Clover firing back on the counter pick.
Yeah, counter pick gonna work out just fine there, and Triforce now. Now, what do we see from Triforce? I'm guessing we see a more neutral stage. All right, well.
I mean, they could,
neutral as ever.
Neutral stages.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I'm hearing hits.
Strange. Well, it sounds like one of them is hitting the other one a lot.
That it does. All right, so that's a ledge grab. Up tilt.
Oh, that was
all right, that's a down air. We're hearing the parries come on through. So we actually saw a lot of parries in that last game, right? Where they got to that higher percent, they're just like, all right, well, I need to get a parry. I need to turn something around here. And it seems that desperation's still coming through in game number 3.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. I'm like... Yeah, I don't think there is anything to do.
Well, I mean, if you're Triforce, you got to do something because you just lost that first stock, I'm guessing. I got a 50-50 here.
Clover.
It could have been a clone.
It also could have been a clone. You can never tell. Forsburn, this is Forsburn's like ultimate setup. Covering the game itself with smoke. You have been defeated.
Truly. Man, I wish these skins made different noises. It would have been easier.
It is true. You could have more of like a reptilian effect. Normal. These are the two peak Force skins in my opinion, though.
Yeah.
Like the absolute best ones. I know Primal is the one I typically use, and then Phantom of the Opera is just the peak.
I simply don't play this character, so I don't really use the skin on this one, but I don't know.
It's just
There's-
like when, it's just like when.
Oh yeah. It's kind of funny because there's just so many characters. Not so many characters, but so many character skins available nowadays.
No, Goku's not on the screen. Zetter's not here. There's no Zetter in this set.
They're both Jiren.
Nirvana's here. Forsburn
I
right now
guess.
is like,
I've never seen Dragon Ball Super. I wouldn't know.
I see. It's just like the peak of strength, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be Forsburn? We can call Forsburn like the one superhero guy on Jiren's team. Not Topo, but the other one, Dispo, I think. They're really fast.
Uh-huh. So this is what it feels like when I talk to people about horses.
Yes.
Yay!
It seems like Clover won.
I was right. It was Triforce who went down.
It's revealed. Are we actually
Okay,
Alright,
we're in
actually
game. There we
in.
go.
We're in for game number 4. Let's see. It
All
seems
right.
like Clover has made the necessary adaptation after Triforce's taking the first game.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, right, we're still hearing a few parries coming here and there, and we're seeing more parries come on in. And it's that desperation that set in game number 2 that's still continuing. As Triforce just not in a good position here, no double jump, but able to still get to that ledge.
Yeah. Oh my god. The camera was a little screwed up there because the clone just was on the other side of the stage. So it was a little bit hard to follow. Let's see. Oh, Clover with that perfect up strong setup. Gonna fall out
Yeah,
of it,
but,
unfortunately.
you know,
but
bad
Not
RNG.
much you can do.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
in the
rolled
end,
like a
back
3.
throw has Triforce off stage and looking for the ledge. Not going to be able to get much more off of that, but a shield.
Ooh.
No combust confirmed, though.
Yeah, I was definitely not expecting that raw rip. I was like looking for a down tilt to catch the landing, because that would have set up much more cleanly into it. But Triforce taking advantage of that drop kill into the kill, into gaining combust himself.
Yeah, but Clover going to be firing back with a forward strong of their own here. And just like that, Triforce and Clover still going toe-to-toe. Very, very close in percents. Forward throw to start things off, and a down throw for another tech chase opportunity.
Yeah, oh, perfect parry there on the clone. I feel like it's very uncommon to actually successfully parry clone, because Forsburn just has so much control over the timing.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's difficult, but also it's so unbelievably good when you can land it. And there's a special pummel coming through. It's not really going to be able to do so much for Triforce, though.
Yeah, Forsburn definitely not one of the stronger special pummels. Like, you have stuff like Raster or Crag, where it can just set up into a full kill. But Forsburn, you just get all the smoke, it's fine. Eliana's special pummel?
Yeah.
Surely that, like, applies mine or something. If I had to guess, that's what it would do.
I don't know. I will always refer to the next character as Eliana, regardless of whether or not they've been confirmed. But in the meantime, Triforce confirmed off stage, might be confirmed dead here. Down tilt to start things off, a forward strong from Clover. And once again, Triforce triple digits, back air, going to take it.
Yeah, the rough DI on the bear. That was beautiful from Clover, though. That was a great defender. I think that was a count of like over 100%.
Oh yeah, I mean triple digits, triple games, and Clover gonna take it. Moving on into losers semis, losers finals. Where are we? Losers
These are
semis.
semis. Yeah, so Clover is going to be playing Capel fourth. I think